Hey folks, so go ahead and open up Premiere Pro. Just double click on it. You should see something looks like this. And we're gonna make a new project, that blue button on the right there. Call it something, the project name is right there. And it's gonna basically pull up a browser to assume that you want to import some video because it's an editing program, so you're going to want to start off with some videos. So they're probably in your downloads, most likely. So just click on that. And I can see mine right at the top here. I'm just selecting them, clicking on this check mark. And you can always filter this search by just showing videos only, if that makes it easier for you. And then we're going to just hit create. And you'll see something kind of like this, where you've got a timeline, you've got some options over here, this box here that says effects controls, and there's some other options as well. And then there's also this preview of your video. If you don't see this stuff on your screen, if it looks different, go to Window, Workspaces, Editing. So Window, Workspaces, Editing, that's what I have my workspace set to. That'll let you see all of this stuff, okay? All right, so let's talk about just some stuff going on in this timeline here. So the videos are going to be the ones with this like baby blue. Down here, you'll see another track. That's the audio track. I'm going to mute this because it's annoying to have to listen to it. So we'll do that. And you can see it by default, it's just going to sequence your videos one after another, which I don't want. I actually want this one to be on top, like on its own layer. So I can just simply drag that there, and I can drag it by hitting that selection tool. All right, and then there's this like YouTube stuff at the beginning, at the end of this video that I want to get rid of. So you can use this razor tool, looks like that. And all you do is go to the part of the video where you want to make the cut. I'm just going to click right there, and you can see it's just made a little cut there. Now if I go to the end here, I want to make another cut to cut that part off. And I'm going to go back to the selection tool and then just click on these and delete them because we don't need those parts. So drag that forward to the beginning again. And then also you can alter the duration or the speed of your videos. So let's say I wanted to slow this one down, which I do, the cat video, the cat part. If I click on that, right click on that and go to speed duration. Right now the speed is by default, it's going to be at 100%. I'm going to bring that down to 50%. So it's going to be like half as fast, and I'm going to hit OK. And so now that just stretched it out and slowed down that speed. So that's how you could do that. And let's talk about some options over here in your effects. So by default, it's going to give you, if you go to effects controls, it's going to give you some basic effects like position, scale, opacity, all these ones. These basically allow you to change where the position of your video is. So if I start dragging on this number here, I've clicked and I'm dragging on it. You can see it's moving, right? If you want to ever like reset it to the beginning, this thing will just reset for you. I definitely know I want to scale it up because I want it to be as big as the background video. So here where it says scale, I'm just going to click and drag on that until it's, big. That's fine. And then you'll notice these little stopwatches. All of these options you can keyframe. So just like in Photoshop where we set keyframes for motion graphics, you could, for example, I'll just show you, I'm going to set a keyframe to have it at this scale at the beginning, and maybe I want it to get even bigger as the video goes on. So now I'm going to make it even bigger. I made it really large. Okay. It's going to automatically set a keyframe. And basically now it's, as it plays, it's getting even larger. So I'm going to undo that because I just wanted to demonstrate that. But little stopwatches will set keyframes for any of these factors. So again, if I went like that, now it's basically moving and there's a keyframe for it to move. Okay. Let's talk about this opacity option. This is a really simple mask, a way to cut out just part of the video. So there's a couple different options. You can make it circular, square, or you can draw the shape. I'm going to just draw it to show you, but it needs to be a closed shape of some kind, meaning it connects, the end connects with the beginning. And now what it does is everything inside of that shape that I drew is still there. Everything outside of it has been deleted, basically. You can feather that effect too. There's like different things you can do there. You can expand it or contract it to kind of get what you want. And then the opacity one. Okay, so let's talk about the chroma keying or color keying. So from this box here to the right of the timeline, go to Effects. So you should see an option there for effects. Go to Video Effects and go to Keying, and you want Color Key. And any of these effects, if you double click on it, you will see it now in your menu. Like all of these effects are being used for your video. And you can go through these. I definitely recommend trying out and seeing what you can do with them, but there's all kinds of cool stuff in there. But yeah, we want color key. Again, I just double clicked on it. I'm going to select this eyedropper tool and click on the green of the background, and it did something. It erased some of the green, but it doesn't look great. So there's these other options here. The one that says color tolerance, that is going to do a really good job of getting rid of that green. So compare this to this. There's also this one that gets rid of the edge, and this one that feathers the edge. So you can basically just play with those settings until you get something that you like, but it'll basically do that for the whole video now. So it's gonna do very quickly, gonna do a nice job of getting rid of that background. Okay. So yeah, that's color keying. All of these options will do something similar. So if you're not getting results that you like, you can always try the Ultra key is really good too. It just gives you different options. The track mat key as well. So there are other options as well. But yeah, let's talk about exporting this. I definitely am going to do more to my video, but just for the sake of time, I'm going to show you all how to get it ready to export and ready to begin rotoscoping in Photoshop. Okay, so I want to make sure that the end of my timeline here is at the end of my video so that there's not a bunch of dead space in my video. So I'm going to hit Shift O, the letter O. Shift the letter O. That will automatically cut down my timeline to the end of the video. And now we're going to go to Export and give it a name. And mine, I can see it's going to my desktop, but be mindful of where it's being sent on your computer. It can get really confusing, you know, if you don't know where it's going. It sometimes happens where people forget where it's going. Just make sure it's going somewhere where you can find it. The preset, just do match source, that's fine. Format H.264, that's what we want. That should be there by default. And then under video, basic video settings, you can just say match source, that's fine. And everything else should be OK and make sure you know where it's going to go, and then go to export. And it's going to take a minute to process, but it's going to it should give you a video file. So just make sure that once it renders, that you check it and make sure it looks good and that it looks correct. And then go ahead and either show that to me or turn it into Canvas.